We are live. Had some work to do earlier, but we are here. It is Wednesday night and we are live. I got a really funny meme I'm going to share with you. I'm going to try to describe it. But other than that, we're going to talk about the Marine Corps ball. We're going to talk about some more leadership stuff. I got a great two things. Both these things were sent to me, and I wish I would have wrote that other one down. It's about leadership and your responsibilities as a leader, and I didn't, and it's on my phone. So maybe next time. But here we are, Wednesday night live. Let me get a sound check and a mic check. Same thing. Let me get an audio and visual check. One of the producers is pulling it up on the screen. I got my favorite shirt on, drinking out of my favorite cup. You know that was coffee. Straight coffee. Maybe. And this is agua, H2O. Gotta hydrate. Okay, it says successfully connected. Wednesday night. Been doing some traveling, but we are back for the time being. I'm on. Clock is set. Drinks are set. All right, here we go. Roll call. Let's see who we got. What is today? The 15th? Is it the 15th today? October 15th. I want to know who has already conducted a Marine Corps ball. Early. I know it's early October still. But they happen as early as October and on to late November. I don't know. Has anyone ever done one in December? I don't know. All right. Doc Holliday in the house. Mike Smith, 5x5. Thank you, brother. Jordan Hammond. Hi, SFMF. I have a disability and I was wondering how we can help out the military for those of us who couldn't serve in the military. You're doing it right now, brother. You are doing it right now by supporting this channel. And this is what we do, and this is how we do it. So you're serving. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here. And as you follow along and as you watch this, you'll see there are questions that come up that I don't know the answer to. I don't know everything. I try to convince my wife I know everything, but I absolutely don't. And that's, again, another reason why we created this, to serve each other. So thank you, Jordan. All right, Carl Green, Tennessee Melon Moon Shine. Wow, that sounds good. Tennessee Melon Moon Shine. Strong as heck, I'm sure, I'm guessing. Chicken has arisen. All right, good to see you. Bryce, in. All right, good to see you guys. Great to see you as always. It's only been a couple of days. Today's Wednesday. We're on Sunday. We'll be on next Sunday. Did do some traveling over the last couple of days, but we made it back. We made it back and we're ready to go. We are ready to kick it. Small roll call. 170 proof. Carl Green, you out of your mind? How do you drink moonshine? And I will admit I have tried it before. But I can't even speak when I was talking about it because it tasted like gasoline. It was horrible. But do you mix it? Can you mix that with anything, or will it explode? Do you just take a tiny sip? What do you do with moonshine? How do you drink it, Carl? What do you drink? On the rocks, dry, with the lemon? I don't know, with the first aid kit? How do you drink 170 proof moonshine? 16th thumb. Is that a drink? Bryce, what are you drinking? I always try to pop in for an era. Always like seeing you, chicken. Here we go, Banana King. Fruit mixed. So you drink moonshine fruit mixed. And it, like, not straight moonshine coming out of the bottle. That's like back in the day where they drank it straight from the bottle, straight out of the factory in the jungle somewhere. All right. Fruit mix. 5 thumb, actually probably 16th. I'm not sure what that is. All right, we already got one. Can we get rid of that clown already? I've had it raw too. Again, I haven't. I remember it tasted horrible. Yeah. Can we? Again, where's the hammers? Get rid of that clown. That clown show, clean your rifle with some. Yes, I bet the oven cleaner would probably make that baby shine. G-Shock Casio, that's what I'm rocking all the time. Someone else mentioned my watch the other time too, and you know what? Of all the watches I've gone through, and I haven't gone through a lot, G-Shock is the only one that can withstand my physical abilities. I'm telling you, I bang this thing all over the place. G-Shocks last the longest. Water resistant. And again, I'm pretty crazy with my watch. I don't treat it, I don't shield it, I don't block it. G-Shock has pulled through. Doc Holiday, God bless you, brother. Era. All right. Love your shirt. This is one of my favorites. You know, I got a lot of favorites of everything, but I do like this shirt as well. And you can find it where? My Shopify, sfmfmerch.myshopify.com, at myshopify.com. The link is in the description. Hunters, God bless America. Hurrah! Right, I can't see that little whatever. These trolls don't realize that they're in a live stream with some life takers and heartbreakers. Amen, chicken. Again, once they do their little thing, they'll take off and try to bother someone else. It doesn't bother me. And if America was a person, it would look like you. Hurrah! Wow, I think that's the best compliment I've ever got. Definitely not a troll. Always one up. I like it. I like that screen name too. Doc, look at you, got the eagle, globe, and anchor, and the praying hands. Thank you, Doc. Jesus Christ is the one and only true living God. Amen. John Bond. Era. Next, should I expect page 11 for an RTT on UAT? I don't get the rest of it, but page 11's good and bad. Don't forget about the good page 11s. No, that was a compliment. Right. Thank you, brother. Always one up. Thank you. I have 5 dogs and I love the second minute. There you go. It's America, right? That's anyone joining new now. Scroll down and look at these comments. I have 5 dogs and I love the Second Amendment. Awesome. What's your Cash App? We don't have Cash App. Hit that button. How do you do what Doc just did? Can you explain that? Hit the LIOE, Doc. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Double tap the screen. Chicken knows. Give me Cash App. I'm sure he's not malicious. I don't have a Cash App. Can't you hit the thing? Do you have Cash App? Do we have Cash App? We don't have Cash App. I don't have Cash App. Do you have Cash App? You get Cash App. Statue of Liberty, Hunter. I can't see what the other icons are. Icons, emojis. I liked and subscribed. God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless the Second Amendment and the presidents. Get it, Hunter. America. I'm too tech dumb for all that. Me too, Jared. Tell me, give my Cash App. But she's joking. That was funny. She was being facetious. I don't have a Cash App. Careful, one up. Miss Cece might think you're trying to make a move on the SAR Major. Make a move. I might throw a hip out. No, I can't make no moves either. Yes, Batman. All right, so tonight, it is Wednesday, October 15th, we agreed, right? October 15th, the Marine Corps birthday is less than a month away now. Less than a month. I told you we're going to be talking about it every live. And I'll get back to doing some shorts. I was traveling since Sunday, so I didn't have an opportunity to make some shorts. But I'm telling you, I get excited about the ball. I really do. The birthday celebration, and the actual 10th. I love the ball for all the reasons, right? The ceremony, even the guest speaker. I always pray for a good one, short, that's going to speak into the point and just remind us all why we're all gathered and just talk about the birth of the Corps. And then the camaraderie, just being around Marines, right, is pretty awesome. all dressed up, their spouses all dressed up. It's a great time. Love everything about it. We don't do the stay late and party and dancing, and it gets crazy, and that's when, you see the blouses get unbuttoned and shoes start coming off. That's when I got to get out of there. But it's a great time. And I like to see everyone's little different methods of doing the actual ceremony. Remember, we talked about it. There's certain aspects you must hit. You don't shy away from those. You can't alter that whatsoever. But I like to see different personal touches to some of them. And if you know, you know. If you don't, it's normally the 8999s that are the Marine Corps Ball ceremony coordinators. Of course, you have a team of Marines that's doing it, the ball committee, where you pick a awesome staff NCO, some NCOs, and some junior Marines, and they do all the work behind it. But the Sergeant Major, overall in charge of that ceremony. So that's, again, what I like to see. I've put on numerous balls, but I like to see the difference between everyone else's ceremony. Color guard, right? Always watching the color guard. And the Marines, just how they perform it. And then just the celebration, breaking bread with your fellow Marines and their families and their other Patriots, right? Someone asked last time, can a non-Marine go? Of course, even if you're not related to a Marine. But if you get invited to a Marine Corps birthday ball celebration, you better go. Hurrah. Hunters from Oklahoma. All over Hunter Good. Born and raised in California. The Marine Corps took me all over Japan, Hawaii, California. Been to school on the East Coast. I'm not sure where we're going to lay our roots for good. We love the water, though. That's for sure. Colorado is in the house. Randall Knapp. Good evening, brother. Bailey Smith. I thought thou shalt not kill. Do you want the enemy to come here and kill Americans? Somebody's got to protect us. Good evening, John McJunkin. David, thank you for your service. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And everyone here, everyone that has served, and their family members. Man, the family members got the tougher job, if you ask me. Orange County, OC. Chicken, you born and raised in the OC? Hunter, you're not old enough to smell the mustard gas in the morning, but I hear you. North Carolina Disaster Relief, due checking in. Sergeant Major. Keenan, Lindsay, how is it? Anyone that on this channel, any major disaster from the East Coast. I told you my mom's in southern Florida on the East Coast side. They got some rain and winds, nothing devastating. I do have a cousin in the Sarasota side. I haven't heard any kind of damage. I know it's been bad, and there's been lives lost. So prayers up to anyone involved in that. Keenan, anyone you know? Do you have massive damage anywhere? Jared, right there. Kill is not the same as murder. Serving our country, protecting and serving. Born in Anaheim. All right. Newport Beach. Looks like a damn BDA. Wow. It's extremely bad out here. Sorry to hear that, Lindsay. Man, if there's anything we can do, anything any of us here can do on this channel, anyone know, anyone near, I can imagine. Again, I don't watch news at all, but I have seen some clips on YouTube. So sorry to hear that. Again, let us know. Anything we could do to help, please let us all know. Friends and family in good Black Mountain, North Carolina, but everything was damaged. Man, again, lives. We can't afford to lose any lives. Stuff can be replaced. Those North Carolinians need prayers. Yes, 100%. Thoughts and prayers to you and yours. Don't let FEMA workers get harassed, please. Yes, again, hearing all kinds of different things about FEMA. I mean, people are there to help. People want to help. The administration right now, let people help that want to help. God bless America. God bless the troops. God bless the president. God bless you, and thank you for your service. Thanks, Hunter. Friend of the Marines, they're in good hands. Ever. We never want to become part of the problem at this stage of the game. Donating is the best route. Seen that too before. Sometimes people want to help so bad, and this is throughout being a Marine. And every time we go somewhere to help, we kind of get in the way, right? And then especially you got a big footprint yourself. You want to bring in all this equipment and gear and tents and all your equipment, but you're kind of in the way of everything. If you can help, help. Know when to help, and know when no thank you is enough. But you can always use supplies, money. That tsunami in Banda Aceh, Sri Lanka, that one flood disaster relief we went and helped, was just that. When we first got there, here we come, big, huge Americans with all their ships and trucks and crap everywhere. It became a problem. But right there, look at Keenan's laying it out for us. Blankets, jackets, winter clothing, canned food, baby formula, diapers, a way to filter water, solar showers, O2 tanks, and canisters are all what I'm seeing an extreme necessity for. Good God, man, my heart goes out to all of them. So anything you send, what about a place to send it to, Keenan? Do we have, is there something you can put up here? Anderson Ho, dropping in for some motivation and inspiration. Always good to see you, Anderson. Love you, brother. Thank you. Semper Fi, my friend. Samaritan's Purse, Team Rubicon. People, look at everybody, write those down. Samaritan's Purse, Team Rubicon. Team Rubicon is pretty badass. Those guys are awesome. What else? And you know how bad we'd want to get over there right now just to help out. I'm seeing both of them on the ground. Samaritan's Purse and Team Rubicon. Send Relief is another good organization to support. Send, SEND, Relief. Dexter, yep. USMC He's in the house. Era. What Keenan said. Anderson, again, once again, appreciate you, brother. And prayers. Keep praying for those guys, all of them. Everyone that was impacted somehow, some way on the East Coast right now. Pray. Prayer works. Rand says, I joined the channel via membership tonight, but it didn't take as far as I can tell. It didn't take as far as I can tell. Join the channel via membership. I don't know how we check that, Randall. All right, John, what do you got? My arms, legs, feet are all hurting right now after such a tough PT workout. Would you get out of bed? Lindsay says the Shepherd's Men, an organization I work with a lot, is ferrying supplies up from Atlanta weekly. Awesome. There's a Mike Laycook. Laycook's in the house. Good evening. Sergeant Major and producer stopping here for some motivation and around some same people after a day of insanity. Yes, kind of day I had, Mike. I'm telling you, I was talking to the producer right before we started, and it has been one of them days. But you can never tell now. Look at it, she's gonna have saying, hey, nothing wrong with you. It was right before this started, but being in this community right here is what it's all about. Era. I got your fat finger, Mike. I knew what you were trying to say. Join, $5. Oh, it didn't take, Randall. That's what you're saying. I got you. Appreciate you. We'll figure it out. Not an issue. Thank you very much. Alex with pause. John McJunkin. That just means your limbs still work. No pain, no gain. There you go. Anderson, laid it out. If you're sore, at least you can feel that soreness. So you're still alive. Get after it, John. This is the place to be, Doc. I'm telling you. It had been one of those days. And look at the other producer forgot to start the clock over there, Annie. Carl, what's the time? What's the time hack? I'll send some pics, Sergeant Major. I have to jump off early. Keenan, do what you got to do, brother. Again, let us know how we can help. Please send some pictures. Let us know. We'll talk offline. 100% prayers up to you and everybody in that area. Thanks for the update, Keenan. Be safe, brother. Stay safe. Be aggressive, but be safe. Appreciate the update. We charged. The plug is right there behind it. All right. Major Liam Payne from One Direction died. Is that real? One Direction? Only 2 minutes in. 20? It's got to be 20. 20. Oh, 20. 20 minutes. Oh, okay, I see it. All right, so Marine Corps Ball. Here's what I want to know. Let us know some of your Marine Corps Ball dates. We know the birthday, 10 November, Ton Tavern, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1775. Next year is going to be even cooler. It's going to be 250 years. This is the 249th year of the United States Marine Corps era. And every year, I'm telling you, every year it's great. 250 is going to be cool because it's a cool number. When is your who's going to a birthday ball, and what is the date that you're going? And what uniform are you wearing? Anderson Host says our church is sending a full truck of supplies up North Carolina to assist. Awesome. Just Dubs, how are you, bro? I'm great, bro. How are you? I've been to that landmark. You've been to that landmark, Derek. Big Horse, been to the landmark, Ton Tavern. I've never been there. Awesome, congratulations. Would love to go there. I'm going to go there. But there's a lot of battlegrounds that I haven't before. I missed it, McJunkin. What the gunny have to say? Bojack, bruh, Semper Fi, brother. Working party, no dates, save at least 75 each year. There you go. You talking about the ball? Go as a working party, no date, you save money. That's not a bad deal either. If you're on the ball committee or you volunteered to clean up after, that's what I would always hook those Marines up, the ones that volunteered to clean the venue after. Get them in the ball for free. They can be expensive. I told you my goal for the longest time was to make it free for E5 and below. And that was easy. Just charge the officers more. All right, staff NCOs too. They should pay more, so the junior Marines shouldn't have to pay anything. Definitely E3 and below should be going for free. Never. We never talk about suicide enough for both Marines in and out of the service, and this time of year is critical. You're absolutely right, McBooger. And we did, September was Suicide Awareness Month, and we did a couple of different lives on it. One we got pretty deep, but you're right. There's never a bad time to talk about it, and we always have to keep it front of mind because it does still happen, and it's got to stop. We got to do more about it, and that's how we stop it, by talking about it. So thanks, McBooger, for bringing that up. Always, and we can't always do. We will talk about it. Derek said, I stood at the POA and haven't been that proud since I earned my EGA at the landmark. That is awesome. It's just a plaque now, right? Didn't we talk about it last time? They were going to rebuild Ton Tavern. Marine Corps Base Hawaii does a great job of the flag raising reenactment, and they have a big plywood, but it's Ton Tavern. That's pretty cool. Germany, era. Find those EPD Marines for cleanup duty. Like you can be in charge of them. All right, Guns said, this joker cried and whined after one lap around indoor track at a pansy-ass fitness center. He failed to do even 5 good pull-ups. Look at my head, McJunkin. SMH, right? Shake my head. How about look at my eyes? Come on. Come on, man. Get after it. Don't hurt yourself, but you got to get after it. Welcome in, Mo. Corps Syscom, Marine Corps System Command. Ball has a program where civilians can buy tickets for E1 to E5. E1 gets priority. I think this is a great deal. $95 a ticket across the board is expensive. That's awesome. Corps Syscom. What a great idea. So anyone can buy tickets for E5 and below. John McDuncan, you have 10 hangnails. I'm going to see my first sergeant this weekend from Battle of Fallujah. I'm so excited. Promoted me combat meritorious to corporal rank. Awesome, Derek. That is awesome. Semper Fi to you both. You need to work your thumbs. Jim Jensen, Trump, 2024. Era. Jared says, my physical game is trash these days, but I can still do 16-inch target at a mile. So, well, there you go. Your physical fitness game doesn't have to be as good as someone else who cannot shoot a mile away. So, good on you. I'm pretty confident you'll be okay if you ever need to. All right. Uniforms at the Marine Corps Ball. How about that? Blue Dress Alpha, which is the actual name for it, Blue Dress Alpha. I know they're called blues, dress blues. Everyone calls them that. That's the easy way to say it, but it is blue dress. So Blue Dress Alpha, don't forget, is the highest uniform that we have. The highest uniform, Blue Dress Alpha, and that's the blue coat, blue trousers, red blood stripe for who? NCOs and above. NCOs and above, and all officers, the blood stripe from the Battle of Chapultepec era. Blue Dress Alpha, that's medals and ribbons, right? Medals. Now you're wearing your medals on the left, and whatever ribbons don't rate a medal, you wear the ribbon, like the combat action ribbon. If it's only a ribbon, you wear the ribbon. If it's a medal, the good conduct medal, you wear it on the left side. Any attachments, you got jump wings, scuba bubble, FMF pin, badge, all that goes on the left as well. No shooting badges on the Blue Dress Alpha. No shooting badges. Medals, ribbons, and any attachment that you wear on top. Sharp uniform. Very, very sharp uniform. It's our most senior uniform. Also a uniform that you cannot wear for liberty. It's not authorized for liberty, right? Leaving liberty. It's not. The most senior uniform. And that's mostly what people wear to the Marine Corps birthday ball. Blue Dress Bravo, no medals. Now you're wearing ribbons on your left side, ribbons and badges. Ribbons and shooting badges if you choose. And any attachment, jump wings, FMF pin, scuba bubble, EOD, Raiders, all that stuff goes on the left side above your ribbons as well, and shooting badges. Blue Dress Bravo. Now, what other uniform can you wear to the birthday ball? Our man always told us to change into Blues Bravos if we were planning on going out afterwards. There you go, Anderson Ho. That's a great unit. That's good leadership right there. Because I don't think a lot of people do. They assume, well, I just came from a ball. It's okay to be out in uniform and out in town in this uniform. It's not. It's just not authorized. But you're right. Bring your Bravos. Just take your medals off, put your ribbons on. Done. Solid. What did I just ask? Oh, what other uniforms? So Blue Dress Alpha, Blue Dress Bravo. Staff NCOs and officers also are authorized to wear evening dress, which a lot of people call them mess dress. It is an evening dress. That's the one that makes you look like a waiter. Staff NCOs are different than the officers. Staff NCOs are open, ours closed at the bottom. and are open at the top. The officers are just the opposite. They're closed at the top and open at the bottom. Both are cool, very, very cool looking and very comfortable. The evening dress is so much more comfortable. No belt, you wear suspender straps. Still got your shirt is high collar and you wear a bow tie. Pretty cool looking, but it absolutely is very, very much comfortable. I don't know about the officers. I'm guessing that's got to be more comfortable than their blue dress also. Any officers on here, let us know. That is authorized for wear, staff NCOs, and officers. I think what makes it more comfortable is, especially for the males, it doesn't have that high collar for the enlisted staff NCO evening dress. You don't have the high collar, right? That you feel like you got to walk around like this, and it should fit kind of tight. It's open. The coat has a V in it. You don't button it all the way up. It has a chain to button it. You wear a cummerbund, right? So after dinner, let your belly out. Can't even see it. And the suspender straps underneath, I think that's what sets it off, because you're not wearing a belt. Very comfortable. And then last but not least, service alphas. There's always a master gun somewhere wearing his alphas, a gunny. I don't know why it is. Company guns and master gunner sergeants always seem to be the ones that wear the service alphas, and that is an awesome uniform. History and tradition behind the service uniform. Love it. Love everything about it. A lot harder to upkeep, you wouldn't think. All green, right? Still, that's a uniform that has not changed in I don't know how long, decades. It's the uniform you used to wear for leave travel, PCS. Leave and Liberty, we used to wear the Service Alpha uniform. I remember flying to Okinawa, 19-hour flight in that uniform. Horrible. Here, Biffenham says, not a fan of the band uniform. Not that wild about white officer alpha trousers either. So the officer whites are gone. Officers don't wear the all whites anymore. They look pretty sharp, but I would never trust myself wearing all white to include white shoes. I kind of thinking that officers are probably happy that went out the window. But the blues, depending on when your ball is, you can wear white trousers. Same time sleeves go down, because we're sleeves up right now. When sleeves go down, daylight savings, that's the same time you change to blue trousers. In the summer, you can wear white trousers with your blue dress. Winter, you wear blue trousers. So something to keep in mind, depending on when the date of your ball is, right? If it's after daylight savings, after uniform change, then you're wearing blue trousers. If you go to a ball before, and when is daylight savings this year? End of October normally? If daylight savings is after your ball, you're going to your ball in blue, white dress. Is that what it's called? Blue, white? We got the, except evening dress. Evening dress you don't wear white trousers with. Blue dress alphas, it's called blue, white dress alphas. Or blue, white dress bravos. All right. Yes, you can wear all earned medals and ribbons. Whoever asked that. Alphas, hard to continue to fit into after some time not wearing them. Yes, Randall Knapp. I think something happens to your alphas when they sit in the closet for too long. They shrink up a little bit. Much harder to get into. Closetitis. I don't know what happens. Mine shrink every time. Try to put that baby on, the Maz something, I don't know. Anderson Ho, thanks Anderson for answering the Poolee question. I was told that enlisted Marines needed their company OIC to walk around in their alpha uniform in public. What? I was told that enlisted Marines needed their company OIC to walk around in their alpha. I think it sounds like the enlisted Marines are messing with the officers. I was told that enlisted Marines needed their company OIC to walk around in their alpha uniform in public. To be with them? To berate them? Meaning their company commander's permission. Huh. I was told enlisted Marines needed their company OIC to walk around in their alphas. chest. Maybe that might be a certain, I mean, that's not a Marine Corps wide thing, no doubt. That may be a unit specific thing. Are you talking about, I'm trying to get this right. So in your blue dress alphas, is that what you mean? If you're gonna go out in town in your blue dress alphas, as long as the OIC was there, that makes it okay? So the OIC is giving them permission to violate the uniform regulations. Is that what I'm hearing? Maybe a unit commander kind of thing, a local general can probably approve that. We shall see. Yeah, move on. Joey Gonzalez, still remember our Marine Ball in Las Vegas when you were our first honor golf 2-5 era. What's up, Joey? That was a good one, right? That was when, I think I talked about that one before, when, yes, the 1st Marine Division alumni paid for that ball for us. Remember, we just got back from Iraq. We didn't have time to do car washes and try to raise enough money. They paid for the entire thing, $200 and some thousand. Paid for 2-5 to go to Vegas. That was awesome. Good to see you, Joey. Hope you're doing well. You're allowed to walk around in any uniform in public other than camis. Says who, Jared? Your lowest and your highest. Camis, blue dress alphas were the two that we were taught you cannot go out in town in. Camis, easy one. Marines don't do it. Yes, exactly. Or maybe that's just company equivalent recruiting units. RSs. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, RSs probably have, they have some exceptions because of their remote locations. Yeah, I agree with that. Question. I heard that they're getting rid of the knife hand because it's offensive and something. What is your opinion on it? I tell you what, the knife hand has been supposed to be taken out a long time ago. Because I don't know about offensive, but it's dangerous and you get in people's faces and you might poke an eye out or something. But the knife hand is, I told you, I didn't even do the knife hand. I did the pinch because I didn't want to knife hand anybody. So as old and historic and awesome, everyone talks about the knife hand. Some people just don't do it and some still do it, even when you're like giving a class. What you see over there is, for whatever reason, yes, not a lot of people use it anymore. We had an awesome garrison uniform, woolly pulley, trench coats, etc. And with the black gloves. Don't forget the black gloves. And females had the black purse. All right, Cadet Benini asked, Sergeant Major, recently I was playing rugby and I missed it. See, Kyle? I see Kyle. See ya. See ya. Favorite MRE. Here's how I feel about the MREs. There's not a single MRE I don't like. How about that? Favorite though, omelet with ham. This is way before a lot of your time. Omelet with ham was the best. When I was 11, hello, Schnitz Frog. Hello. Good to see you. Yes, really? Cadet B needs to get it checked out to make sure it isn't something serious.
He dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, no. Cadet B dislocated his shoulder. Check it out. It'll be up to the medical officer to decide.
Asking if it's okay to enlist still.
Oh, can you still enlist with a dislocated shoulder? All right. Be very, very careful. Excuse me. Here's what happens. And talk to your recruiter about it. But if it's something, and none of us here can answer that question. Is a dislocated shoulder going to stop you from enlisting? I don't think so. And there's a waiver for everything. But just be careful when you go to medical, right? If you have an issue that could stop you from enlisting, be careful when you go to medical. Obviously, once you go to MEPS, you disclose everything, but there are certain things that automatically disqualify you, like asthma. And recently, I've been hearing a lot about medication. A lot of kids nowadays are on meds for ADHD, anxiety, all these pills that they're taking to just because they're acting like teenage boys, want to load them up with medication. That can be something that can prolong your enlistment because you have to be off of medication for a certain period of time before you go. Injuries like a dislocated shoulder, if it's something that they cannot fix, you may not be able to enlist. So just be very, very careful before you go, and let them know if you have any ailments whatsoever. Veg element was the worst MRE. Veg element was not as good as the ham and cheese element, but again, I'll eat a veggie omelet. To me, U.S. military MREs just have too hot of spices and flavorings. Remember those chemical heat packs can be dangerous. Yes, careful of the chem packs. Veg element was disgusting. I have asthma, kept it quiet, think smart. Funny, Randall, that is an automatic disqualifier. And that's where I remember my recruiter asking me, do you have asthma? And maybe, he said, well, I'll tell you right now, asthma is a disqualifier. Do you have asthma? And I didn't get it right away. I was like, well, yeah, I had an asthma attack when I was younger. He said again, asthma is a disqualifier. Do you have asthma? I was like, oh, no, I don't have asthma. Because it was after. Hot dogs, the 5 fingers of death, late cookie, you didn't like those? I never liked the hot dogs either. That was one I didn't like. I would eat it because not much I wouldn't, but if I could avoid the 5 fingers of death, the little hot dogs, I definitely would avoid those. But some people loved them. Man, that was crazy. The ultimate though, and after Desert Storm is when I ate MREs the longest. For the longest period of time, months and months, we went with no kind of food. We didn't have Bob or John McJunkin with this meal cart out there. MREs for days, for months, literally for months. So after a while, we got pretty creative. And my favorite thing to do, and man, I wish I had an MRE right here. After a while, I would empty all the contents out and cut the bag in half. And then I'd open every single thing, including every condiment that was in there, and dump it back in the bag, whatever it was. Jelly, dehydrated pork patty, the M&Ms, whatever was in it, salt, pepper, hot sauce, remember the Tabasco bottles? And I'd just stir that baby up. I didn't care what it was. And someone's, anybody want jelly? Give me that jelly, I'll pour that jelly in there. Trade you this for that, I'll take whatever you don't want. I just made a big stew. Pretty interesting a lot of times, and sometimes tasted better than others. But who cares at that point? We've been eating MREs for months. It was just something different, something new. When you had the chiclets, yeah, I shit you. Put the chiclet, every coffee, everything went in there all at once. But if you have the time, use the heater, heat it up, put in some cheese if you like salt and pepper, add a little bit of flavoring. And nowadays they have seasoning, all kinds of stuff, cappuccino, and great different flavors. Now, the MREs now are, I'm sure, are great. All right, what was Annie Banani's idea? Everyone's saying yes, I missed it. Good idea.
MRE taste test live.
Oh, MRE live taste test. I got a couple still. Remember, they last forever. Yes, that's a great idea. All right, good idea. We will. I got a case somewhere. We'll open up. We'll have a cook-off. I'll be the taste tester. I'll be the judge. All right. That magnesium heat thing could accidentally burn you or the contaminants in MREs if you're not careful. Yes. We're talking about the sleeve, right? Because before that was the heat tabs. We had the heat tabs came in a different package, and that's when you had to have a canteen cup. No canteen cups anymore, so no more heat tabs. But that container or that sleeve with the heating sleeve in it, they work well. Every now and then you get one that doesn't work at all. That's tough when that happens. But if you have time, again, heat it up. They taste a whole lot better when you can heat them up. All right. Civilian MREs are pretty awesome though. Never had a civilian MRE. You know, it's really good too. The cold weather MREs. They're double, right? They're double because you get one for the day, and you got to kind of map it out so you can eat all throughout the day. And they have stuff like hot cocoa and oatmeal, stuff that's purposely meant to warm up to keep you warm. They're good though. Love the freeze-dried strawberries, peanut butter, and crackers. Yes, the freeze-dried fruit, the dry fruit was good too. Again, if you have, and you could eat it without hydrating it. It was still tasty. All right, Joey, did you ever make an MRE bomb? Come on, who hasn't? Don't, it's dangerous though. MRE bomb. In the field. You can also set them up for, you can set them up for booby traps. Excuse me, what's your opinion on military grade items sold in stores? Like what, Sato? Military items sold in stores, like a Saigon Sam's? They cookie never had to eat that. It was just cold back in the day. That's because we kept them from you. How else were we supposed to make our coffee? Sato. Yes, Joey, many MRE bombs. Water bottle bombs. Don't forget Gorilla cookies. The Gorilla cookies were good. The sharpening stone. How about the sharpening stone? That came with the omelet with ham, that brick. Not too many people liked it. That's why I was able to get so many omelet with hams, and it had that in there. Loved it. Before going to the field, I would go to Costco and grab a huge box of Cliff Bars, which are great on the move. Any kind of Cliff Bars, any kind of protein bars, a bag of M&Ms or not M&Ms, Skittles. What are they called? Fit Crunch bars are very good. The Fit Crunch bar is good. Keenan says, to be honest, I made you ask about donations. You said something that jogged my memory. Mountain House Meals. I missed the rest of it, Lindsay. Mountain House Meals. Put it up there again so the producer can put it on there. Toenails and scabs taste better than a daggum omelet. And eating some of those before as well. Never did I see people light table salt and the creamer on fire and a napkin. I've seen it done, never did it. Randall says, if MREs aren't good, why do civilians pay $100 for just about a dozen of them? I'm telling you, and you ask anybody who hasn't had one, that's all they want. Oh, you got MREs? Let me get one of them. Peak refuel meals. Peak. I haven't had those either. Again, sounds delicious. Hey, cookies. Remember when the chow halls would take all the hot sauce off the tables before units deployed? So before the Tabasco sauce days, yes. Chow halls knew. They knew when a unit was going to the field because all their hot sauce, their big bottles of hot sauce, would disappear. Let's see. Poolee Garangioli. Am I saying that right? Garangioli. So, Major, I got an overall 96 on my ASVAB. My recruiter said it opens up all kinds. I missed the rest of it, but 96 on your ASVAB is amazing. That should open up every MOS. So now you got to make the decision.
He said he wants to go artillery like his grandpa.
Artillery like your grandpa. I say go for it. Absolutely, 100%. Legacy, era. But a 96 is a great score for your ASVAB, yes. Mountain Meals and Peak Refuel Meals. There you go, something to send. Mountain House Meals and Peak Refuel Meals. Send to the East Coast. All right. Tiny bottles of Tabasco sauce. Here's what, I'm not a big fan of Tabasco, really, so I used it as a, it was trading value for me. Like, probably like the Vietnam area guys that didn't smoke, cigarettes came in MREs, the C-rats, and they traded them for more food. That's what I would do with my Tabasco. I wasn't a fan. Still, to this day, I like hot sauce, just not Tabasco. I don't like the vinegar taste of it. But those little bottles, and we did this all through Desert Storm, empty them out, clean them out, wash them best you can with whatever you have, dry them out, peel the little label off, and we would collect sand in it. From every deployment, I did that until they stopped until they stopped putting them little bottles inside of MREs. And my wife has a little collection of them right now. The first one was from Desert Storm. Then, of course, Somalia was after that. Same thing, I'd get one of the bottles and dry them out. Make sure they're completely dry. Let it dry for a couple of days. And then we'll grab some sand and put it in there. She's got some from Afghanistan, from Desert Storm, so Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia. Iwo Jima, right? We did it with volcanic ash from the sands of Iwo Jima. Crushed it up and put it in there. Very cool. That's the main reason why I wish they would have never taken those little bottles out. Very cool. And over the years, now it's like really fine sand if you look at her bottles. John McJunkin, need a reboot. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a little bit. McJunkin. Do not attend boot camp injured, says Mark Hankins. Is someone thinking about doing that? I agree with Mark. With the shoulder, yes. Don't. I wouldn't. I don't recommend that at all. You don't want any negative attention on you at all. First couple of days, again, you want to blend in and not have nobody even know your name. Then you'll start to stand out. You're either going to stand out two ways, real good or real bad. So to start out right in the middle, perfect. If you have an injury, you're going to be tagged right away. And you're probably going to be, if you can't do like pull-ups, for instance, with the dislocated shoulder, they're going to put you in MRP. Do they still call it that? Medical Rehab Platoon. MRP. If you fail the IST, they're going to put you in PCP, Pork Chop Platoon. Physical Conditioning Platoon. What, who did? C-130 41st Squadron that brought you into Somalia. Is that right? C-130 41 Squadron. Awesome. Yeah, it was there. We were one of the first ones to go out of Hawaii, right? Hunter says, how many guns do you have? I got 2 right here. I bring them to the show every time. My left and my right. I love when people ask about my gun. Never gets old. It's a dad joke. Never get old. But I have a few. Again, I'm not a big, like a lot of Marines are. They have a bunch of guns. One, they're very expensive. And 2, I don't like all kinds of different, I mean, I like the M4s. I got a few of those. A couple shotguns. Whatever I shot in the Marine Corps is what I'm familiar with and what I bought once I got out. But not a whole bunch. Enough to protect my family and our neighbors. Derek says, does a sergeant major outrank a master gunnery sergeant? Well, of course. Both E9s. That's a great question, Derek. And about a year ago, I did a short on that. I need to do it again. And I'm going to have a master guns on the show with us one day. Because that's a very, it's not a yes or no answer. Technically, organizationally, yes. Because the sergeant major is the senior enlisted advisor to the commander of the entire unit. Now, there's going to be another master guns. There's going to be 8 master guns in the unit. Both E9s both get paid the exact same, but different billets. So the sergeant major has the higher billet. And like 100% of the master guns I worked with, it was never an issue. We got along just fine. All right. Jared, I was 18 and on my way, 18 and way arrogant and overconfident. What are you talking about, Jared? Frank. Yeah, that's every Marine. 18 and way arrogant and overconfident. Never out. You got to Eagle Open Acre before boot camp? Dumb. What a mistake that was. I did the same thing. Wasn't Eagle Open Acre, but it was a bulldog with an M16, of course, combat boots, and he was all jacked in a bulldog face, cami bottoms on. Yeah, that's bad move. I don't recommend that at all. Here it says, I was warned that before my site consult at MEPS, if you make it to recruit training, be the number, don't attract unnecessary attention. I'm telling you, just be a number, right? Until you kind of figure things out. Then if you can drill, as well as a drill instructor, that's what I would look for, the kid that knows his left from right, who can stand at attention and march, guiding squad leaders. The other ones that start standing out in a negative way, just start thrashing them. And it's first impression is everything. So those turds in the beginning, you normally are turds all the way through, and you got to kind of drag them through. But the arrogant ones, the overconfident ones, usually turn out to be good. All right, Derek says, I think I would have been a Master Gunner Sergeant because they usually go into G sections and do secret stuff. All MOSs have a Master Gun, so it kind of, you knew everything, right? There's Master Guns. Yeah. They're what? That's what it boils down to. If you're proficient in your MOS and you love your MOS, Master Guns is the way to go. I told you that's why I wanted to go the 89-99 route. As much as I love the engineers, I didn't want to stay in it forever. I wanted to be able to move around, have the luxury of moving around. And as a first sergeant, I started moving all over. My first duty as a first sergeant was a motor T maintenance company. Didn't know anything about the Humvees except getting a ride in them. And the Marines I had there can construct an entire Humvee out of scraps of metal, right? That's how proficient they are in their stuff. And that unit in particular, this will give you an idea of what it's like. As a first sergeant, I had 4 master sergeants and a master gunnery sergeant. But I was a senior billet as the company first sergeant. So senior, that doesn't even matter at that point. Mission accomplishment. All right. Don't cut your hair high and tight before you get there. They'll abuse you. Another mistake I made, shaved my head before I went to boot camp. Me and all my brothers did. It was fun and seemed like a great idea. Wrong answer. Did I ever think about going sniper? No, and here's why, Joey Gonzalez. I can't sit still long enough. There's no way. I'd give away our position all the time. I got some discipline, and I can, but no, I can't. I got to move around. Marine Corps made me mad, so I left way before I can get E9. Jared, let's go. They can do that. The Marine Corps can't do that. I couldn't find that tee you're wearing using my book on Shopify. Only gave me a selection of others. Is this t-shirt not on Shopify? Do the Marines care about being addressed by their rank rather than sir, says Annie Benani. Great question. First, producer, can you ask that? Is this shirt on Shopify? Oh, I said it was without checking with my producer. My fault. Can we get it on there, though? This one's... We'll get it on there ASAP. It's in production. I'm ready to make it. Let's go. All right, so here's a question. I'd really like to address that one. Annie Benani said, do Marines care about being called by their rank? And I told this story before. I was at the Air Force NCO Academy as a student. 1 Marine out of 160 airmen. A couple sailors in there too, which is kind of cool. But the very first day, they gave us a piece of paper, folded it in half, and that was to go in front of your desk. And the instructor, the flight commander, he was a technical sergeant, E6. He said, on this piece of paper, the top line put your rank, your rank and name, your name, and the third line, what you want to be called while you're in the school. It's 3 months long. And I was a staff sergeant at the time, and I was looking around, and people were putting Tech Sergeant Jones, Big J, you know, things they want to be called. And being a Marine, overconfident, arrogant, I put Staff Sergeant Cece, Staff Sergeant Cece, and Staff Sergeant Cece. I wasn't doing it to be mean or rude or anything. That's how Marines are. I was a staff sergeant. In the Air Force, an E6 or an E6 is a technical sergeant, but a staff sergeant is an E5 or something. Anyway, they were calling me sergeant because they didn't want to disrespect me, not a technical sergeant. Either way. And a couple of times they're like, hey, Sergeant CC, you know, how you, and just out of habit, they would call me sergeant. And these are E8s and 9s, and finally I had to let them know. I said, look, no disrespect intended, but I am a staff sergeant. Because that's what it is. A staff sergeant in the Air Force is an E5. So they felt they would disrespect me by calling me staff sergeant, because in the Air Force, again, it's E5. So I said, no, Marines go by exactly what their rank is. A gunnery sergeant, E7, is a gunnery sergeant, not a sergeant. The Army's different. They call, once you reach sergeant, all the way up to probably, I'm guessing, first sergeant and sergeant major, you don't call them sergeant, but all the other sergeant, sergeant first class, they all go by sergeant. Marine Corps just does not do that. What I also learned kind of the hard way is chiefs in the Navy, 7, 8, 9. Chief, senior chief, and master chief. As Marines, and I'm sure other services, they're all chiefs, but they're not. It's very, very important. And here's how I got corrected one time. Learned a lesson. And we were all first sergeants, so we were all E8s. So the E8 in the Navy was a senior chief. And every week we met with the battalion sergeant major, and we'd have our meetings, first sergeant, first sergeant, first sergeant, senior chief. I didn't know. And I would say, hey, chief, good morning, chief. I called him chief for a couple months. And nobody corrected me. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong until one day I said, hey, what's up, chief? He said, not much, gunnery sergeant. I'm like, wow, that was weird. I'm like, bro, what's up? Is there, you know, do we have a problem? What's going on here? He said, you've been calling me chief. A chief in the Navy is E7. I'm a senior chief. I'm an E8. You've been calling me chief for 2 months. I'm like, bro, why didn't you tell me earlier? I would have never meant any disrespect. So Navy, recognize chief, senior chief, and master chief. The senior chief, the chief has the anchor. The senior chief has 1 star above the anchor, and the master chief has 2 stars above the anchor. Very cool. Learn a lesson, learn it the hard way. I wish I didn't have to learn like that, but call people by their rank or what's appropriate. Now, her original question was, sir, would you as a sergeant major rather be called sergeant major or sir? And you get some of these enlisted guys, when out of respect, you want to call them sir, you're a gunny. So officers are all called sir or by their rank. Enlisted Marines, you get those every now and then, and if you do call them sir, yes sir, no sir, they're like, sir, don't call me sir, I work for a living, indicating that I'm not an officer, and officers don't work as hard as I do. I never understood that. I never liked it. I don't care if someone calls me sir or sergeant major, but by my rank, right? Nothing obviously lower or just sarge or something like that. So yes, Marines do want to be called by their rank. As a staff NCO, yeah, let me know what you think. Sir, I think is respectful, and I don't see a problem with it at all. You get those, again, those old crusty guns, you know, don't call me sir, I work for a living. Right there's Jared, he's one of them. I kind of cringe at sir. Officers and old men are sir. I am neither. So there you go. It's your personal preference, but just know that the Marine saying it is not disrespecting you by calling you sir. It's out of respect because he can't see your rank. He or she couldn't see your rank. That's when in doubt, sir it out, and then let them correct you. What was the question? We're doing what? Easy. Yeah. And 2.5, no, you got to refresh my memory a little more. There was not a lot of hazing going on in 2.5, but there was some hazing going on, which give me without, um, yeah, Joey, put it back up there. Without implicating yourself too much. Please tell me. And people just sign up for video game drone jobs and skip boot camp, just go directly to video gaming. Yeah, as much as I even hate to say this, I think that's the route we're going. 100% disagree with it. No way in hell I think it should ever happen. But they're talking about for cyber security. Remember we talked about that a couple months ago. They're talking about allowing people to automatically come in as cybersecurity as a gunnery sergeant, not even going through boot camp. They're going to have to go through other training when they get up there, but they didn't earn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor like everyone else. I disagree too, but I read something somewhere. I'm telling you, speed runner. They are. I I think they are speed runner. They are. And again, I'm ashamed that my whole the one we talked about is like, who was in that working group that said, sounds like a great idea to me. When you call a gun, hey, come here, guns, or hey, guns, I have a question. I need help. And that gunny had just got out of college and never been to boot camp or OCS. He's never done the Marine training that the rest of us have. Don't agree with it at all. Who was in that group? They didn't. That working group had no gunnies. I guarantee you that. Whatever happened to people earning their stripes? I'm telling you, right? Don't get me started again. Good leadership and excellent tactical planning will overcome technology platforms. Good leadership and excellent tactical planning will overcome technology platforms. I agree with that too, 100%. Good, solid leadership. And leadership 101, back to the basics. A lot of times you got to go right back to the basics and never forget where you came from. Remember what it was like being an E1, 2, and 3, right? Picking up that NCO stripe for the first time, that blood stripe. You can't forget where you came from. Unfortunately, way too many people 100% forget where they came from. They reach the top and they stop working. I made it, I'm done. Talked about that elevator, right? That elevator, 99 floors, you work your butt off getting all the way to the 99th floor. As soon as you get there, get off the elevator, send it back down so someone else can work their way up. Stop holding up that position. And then when you're done, if you do want to get to the top and you're not going to work anymore, get out of the way. Let somebody work that still has the passion to work. All right, Era. Tracy Kramer says, speaking of leadership, I kind of want to know your thoughts on what our current president did authorizing DF against U.S. civilians. Direct fire? I don't know bring me up to speed. What is DF? DF to me is direct fire against U.S. civilians. Current president did authorizing direct fire against U.S. civilians. I don't know anything about that story, Tracy. Deadly force against U.S. civilians. Again, I don't know the context of it. What were those civilians doing? I don't trust anything our current president does now anyway. So I don't know enough about it. Military should completely be void of politics. I agree, Jared. Those people have no pride in the Marine Corps. I'm telling you, you're just going to issue a uniform and gunnery sergeant rank, and here you go, lead Marines. Again, it's a no-brainer. Hire those guys because we need cybersecurity professionals and the best of the best to enhance our war-fighting capabilities, but they're called contractors. They're civilians. Let them be civilians or prior service. Hey, we got this guy, he's awesome, he's prior service Air Force, he's awesome at cybersecurity. Hire him. Give him give him some coveralls and give him a name tag. He's a contractor. Pay him whatever you're gonna pay him. Who cares? Contractor. All right. Why aren't they GS, civilian employees, right? David, no brainer. The what? Deadly Force. Yes, thank you very much. Whatever I missed sounds bad. Zing Ping Poo, good to see you. David Bryant, good to see y'all. So happy y'all here. Charlotte, what's your feelings on Russia? Jared, we took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Just saying. I'm with you. Right, what's that movie? Alcatraz? Come on, you love that movie. I take pleasure in gutting you, boy. The Rock. Great movie. We don't talk about that one. Those are Marines. Just want to let the general know that we're lock, cock, ready to rock, sir. It's a good movie. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Dave Bryant, contracting route is easier than setting up a jet position. I don't know enough about either one of those, but it's got to be something other than an active duty gunnery sergeant. Thank you for that answer. Shadow, Ira. Yeah, I got to pay my respect to Artie Murphy, resting in peace. So now they have a fine Chesapeake, his resting place. So now they have to find Chesty Puller. Pay my respects to him, the legend. Absolutely, that's awesome. Artie Murphy, Army Medal of Honor recipient. They have a club. The Army has an Artie Murphy club, which is amazing. These guys, you have to be accepted. I don't even know how you get into the Artie Murphy club, but you can't just join if you want to. Legendary club the Army has. I wish we had something like that. I wish the Marine Corps did. Chesty Puller also. I want to find his resting place wherever he is. Few Good Men, another great movie, Carl. If our enemies are hungry, it just so happens I have all-you-can-eat buffet at my house. All right. What do you got? I haven't. The enemies are hungry. Weapons. Still having electrical and in-air problems due to the hurricane. David, sorry to hear, brother. And we're talking about it early. Prayers up to all of you. We had a couple of organizations that we let everybody know they can send supplies to, supplies or money. So hang tough, Brian. Any major damage? Did you lose everything? I hope not. Huge fan of Heartbreak Ridge. That's another good one. Gunny Highway. PT is obviously my favorite part. Come out in a different shirt every time. You got to be ready. Which one is it? Derek says, I have subscribed. Great live channel, big brother. Thanks, Derek. Semper Fi, brother. Make sure you like also. Tell your friends. I have one each Sergeant Major LON Freedom Seeds loaded and ready. Ready. You're ready. All you can eat buffet. Bring them. Keep your enemies close. Or no, keep your friends close, enemies closer. There's a video of an American soldier throwing an airman anime flag to a Japanese ship. What would be your thoughts if a Japanese ship showed an American flag, a flag of a gun eating a cheeseburger? Let me try this again. There's a video of an American soldier showing an anime flag to a Japanese ship. What would be your thoughts if a Japanese ship showed an American ship a flag of a gun eating a cheeseburger? A gun or a... Yeah, become pen pals. Work it out. McMatt, how about that? Welcome to the community, Derek. That's from Sergeant Cece. All right. What in the world are you talking about, Kai? I'm with you, Jared. I'm not tracking. I'd be like, hell yeah. I'm not tracking all the way. Hey, look. Yeah, you want to be friends, right? That's flags are still used in the Navy, 100%. You still have your flags in case all power goes out. Shadow, thank you, sir, for your patience with me all the time. Great soldier. soldiers of age, treat all people like kids. That's why I love my forefathers. Yeah, we treat everyone with respect here. Semper Fi, Shiloh, era. I'd send up a skull and crossbone. Zing, ping, poo. Yeah. What's that flag called? What's it called? Skull and crossbones. The Jolly Roger, right? Pirate flag. Error. Are Americans known for cheeseburgers? Then that is a good old American meal, right? Cheeseburger. Shout out, Lowe's, Jolly Roger. Much love to the Marines. 322. It's the Jolly Roger. Jolly Roger. Oh. One of two new stickers. Let's take a vote right now. One of two. One, should it be a cheeseburger? SFMF underneath it. Cheeseburger with cross rifles. Or Jolly Roger, right, with SFMF on it. Which one? Which one would you like to see first? Lots of static. I don't know if it's my end or your end. Come on, man, really? We got static again? It's my end? Shitu says, what's your view on J.D. Vance? He's a United States Marine. Arrgh! Enough said. Okay, well, I agree with the guns for sure. SFMF flag. There you go. I think, Lake Cookie, you talked about that before, didn't you? We should have a flag. Jolly Roger. Jolly Roger, hard decision. Jolly Roger, you getting a lot of Jolly Roger. Roger, producer, are you seeing this? What about omelet with ham across? Yes. If anyone has an omelet with ham MRE, I'll trade you. I got some of the new ones that are junk, if you ask me. I need a good old-fashioned omelet with ham. Yes, Alcon, look at the message from the producer. New phone is on order. ETA by November birthday. Before the birthday, we're going to have a new phone. We will be static-free. I'm telling you, this flip phone I got, it's hanging on there. And I even got the button still. It's hanging tough. But we will have a new one by the birthday. That's my birthday gift. Is it? Sergeant Cece said, there's been static this whole time. I think we're all trying to ignore it. Man, nobody told me. I thought it was gone. I could never serve with you, Sergeant Major. You'd be digging me often? Yeah, I for sure would. Jerry, you'd be digging a 60 pit right now in the backyard. Fat Albert. Hey, it's Fat Albert. Nice shirt. I support all the military era. Great channel for sure. Thanks, Fat Albert. Appreciate you, brother. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Ever have to use word of the day, letter, authenticate? No, I never had. Never said that before. Why, do I talk funny? Does it sound like maybe I need to talk funny? Get a Nokia. I swear things could be enter orbit and survive. Nokia. Right. Jolly Roger says David. Jolly Roger is 2 Navy. How about a bursting bomb? That's a great idea too. Producer, you get that? A bursting bomb. A bursting bomb sticker. I like that. Right? Represent our Master Gunnery Sergeants, our Marine Gunners. I like that. And who doesn't like a bursting bomb? All right. Thank you, Shiloh. Appreciate you. Derek says, there is static. I thought it was tinnitus. I'm glad it was static and not my tinnitus acting up again. That's why I can't hear anything at all because of my static. I like the bursting bomb idea for sure. This is Jared. I do too. Very cool. Yeah. That's a good one. Green, come on. Sato. Kai. What's my favorite color? Come on, green. You know green's the best. The bursting bomb idea, again, that I'm telling you, that dates back, for those of you that know. If you know, you know. It's not a controversy. I don't know what the right word would be to call it, but it's that the pecking order, and it starts at first sergeant and master sergeant. Everyone knows that. So as a gunny, you're requesting which route you want to go. Confuses everybody that's not a Marine. Why is there two E8s? Why is there two E9s? Army does it, they just do it, they call them something different. But once you request that route, excuse me, again, the guys that love their MOS and want to stay in their MOS, those are the ones that select Master Sergeant, that request Master Sergeant. And I think on the promotion boards, they look at your entire history. If you have been an infantryman your entire life, you went the squad leaders course, platoon sergeant's course, all the infantry training you possibly could get, more likely you're going to be a Master Sergeant. That's the smartest move. Needs of the Corps. If you're in an MOS and you've done a bunch of different schools in B billets and TAD, you've been outside of your MOS a lot, drill instructor duty, recruiting duty, MSG, you haven't spent a lot of time in your MOS, just makes sense to make you a first sergeant, because you're going to leave your MOS as soon as you get promoted to first sergeant. And then all the way up to sergeant major and master gunnery sergeant, same thing. You're not going back. There are times that you do go back to your MOS, but now you're the first sergeant or sergeant major, and you're not making recommendations on that part of the mission, right? You're no longer an engineer. You're no longer an infantryman. Now you're an 89, 99. So, again, but both the 8s and both the 9s, is there conflict? Shouldn't be, but you hear stories that there are. So, we love our bursting bombs or pineapples. Depends on how you look at it. It's gonna have to be a good bursting bomb producer. You know that. The pineapple, zing ping. I said it before you. The Army has two sergeants major. They have sergeant major and command sergeant major. That's right, Derek. So it's the same exact thing that the Marines do, except we just call one a master gunnery sergeant and one a sergeant major. The master guns is the sergeant major. The sergeant major is the command sergeant major. Same setup, same process, just different names. And it works. It works perfectly. Ranks look different too. You're right. On the command sergeant major has the wreath around it, right? Same 3 and 3, 3 stripes, 3 rockers, star in the middle. The command sergeant major has the wreath around it. But very cool. Again, the same process. Lay Cookie says, I stood in front of a bunch of sergeants majors, but I always found master guns way more intimidating. Again, in the master guns, different mission, right? The master guns is all about business. And if you're doing something wrong, the master guns will definitely let you know. And especially if you're messing up something of his, part of his mission. Now, you can imagine the motor T world, the infantry world, you're doing something wrong in that MOS, master guns will let you go or let you know. So our major kind of massages people. He's the HRO of the unit. He's going to make it better, but his way. All right. 3 stripes, SpongeBob. Are we talking about the sergeant major rank insignia? Army has 3 stripes, 3 rockers, 3 and 3. The Marine sergeant major, 3 stripes, 4 rockers. Ours is bigger. David says, when I was in the E9s, were looked at as gods. They are gods. What are you talking about? Yeah. Again, some really great ones, both master guns and sergeants major, but they have their 10% also. They have the 10% that reached that level and stopped working. Laid back. They're done. They're sitting in that elevator. They're holding that button, keeping that elevator open so no one else can rise up. They're not making the people below them better. That's your responsibility once you get to the top. Make everyone around you better. If you're working on, I'm so sorry if I bother you. Please forgive me, sir. Shiloh, who are you talking about? We're better, so we have Fort Rockers. There's the link. There's the link to the merch. SFMF-merch.myshopify.com. Oh, and Michael's Drones is on there. Did you combine those two together? Oh. Our link is no longer, or his is no longer there. Check it out. In our description, check it out. We have a couple links on there. Right there, ancmetalworks.com. That flag right behind me. Awesome. Lay Cookie, how we looking on the new one? I can't wait. I'm gonna have to raise that up and put the other one below it, or pan out a little bit and put one on the other side. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm definitely gonna get that light behind it. What happened, Charlie? What are you talking about? Jared said, I've only personally known one Master Guns, and he had 36 years in the Marine Corps. When I worked for him in '92, and he was hardcore. 36 years. That is awesome. Man, what was his name, Jared? 36 years. That's pretty awesome. And MOS. Another link right here, familyfarmsllc.com. The bacon wrapped chicken. Oh my God, it's so good. Getting hungry now. Pick one off. Zing Ping. Great tip. Great advice. Don't piss off the Master Guns. Simplified Chalo. Who did you like working for better, a captain as first sergeant or colonel as a sergeant major? Wow, that's a great question, Derek. A captain as a first sergeant. I think both of us were I think all first sergeants and all captains are in that stage of their careers where more likely going to stay in. As a first sergeant has been in anywhere between 16 and 20 years, right? 15 and 18 maybe, around that time. So definitely making a career. Captain, a little less than the first sergeant. So the first sergeant still had the experience, still kind of molding that company commander, that captain. So that was a fun relationship as well. And I had some awesome company commanders throughout the years. Had a couple GI Joes who wanted to save the world, right? And you kind of had to talk them off the ledge a little bit. Look, sir, we'll get there, but we're at this level. Wait till we're at a battalion level and we can do that much more regimental level. So I think the first sergeant company commander relationship, that was a little more fun and motivating. The sergeant major and the lieutenant colonel, that's, again, obviously as the enlisted, you made it. You made it to the top. Now what can I give back to everyone who helped me get to that spot? And that's important. It's the important part that some senior leaders forget, right? And they lose it. But they also lose their credibility when you see those guys. So that one is a more professional, rewarding position as the sergeant major and the battalion commander. All right, Master Guns to a junior Marine is indistinguishable from a sergeant major. I understand the difference. Yeah. Cook says we're working on it, sergeant major. No pressure, for real. Again, handle your business. I'm just excited. I'm excited after looking at that, baby. Thanksgiving? For real? Road trip for Thanksgiving. Lay Cookie. Road trip across the states. We might head into a mile from hell into Arizona. It's got to be cooler by Thanksgiving, November. What's the weather like in November in Arizona? Are you still in triple digits? Do I have to bring my oven mitts to open your door? To touch the plaque? Man, how do you touch those things? It's all metal, baking in the sun. Man, you have to have some thick gloves. All right. Funny enough, I've never seen a sergeant major in the field without a cigar in his mouth either. That was my experience. You know, I was never one of them cigar smoking sergeant majors. I would hang out with them, hang out with all the other sergeants major, and hold a cigar, but never light it, because that is what they do. Master guns are always there too, and it's an officer thing, right? It's the cool guy thing to do. I would go and hang out and kind of hold my breath, try not to breathe in all that cigar smoke, but it is definitely something that the senior guys do. Hurrah. Sergeant Major Ross had a 9th grade education, meaner than a dog, peeing tax, Korean and Vietnam vet. Hurrah. That is awesome. Would love to have met him. Arizona's great now in the 90s. All right, getting cold. Yeah, 99. 90s means 99. Mike Eaton, Ross, Sergeant Major 33, represent America's Battalion. Hurrah. Good to see you, brother. How was everything? Matt Eaton. Hurrah. Yeah, what are you up to now? Yeah, when did you retire? Where'd you move on from? Where'd you go from after 3-3? 3rd Marines. Loved it. Loved it. 3-3 is no more. I know you know. Talking about great commanders. Hurrah. Great to see you on here. Jared, it's 81 degrees in southern Arizona. Man, you must have big, thick jackets on. Got to be freezing. Yep, Sergeant Major and the Major calling each other by their first names. Nah, I never did that either. I never did the first name thing. It's gone already. Zink. We look down on reserve. Do we ever look down on reserve Marines? That was a question? Okay, right there, Jared. I didn't. I did 8 years in reserves. Not ashamed either. No, so I didn't understand Reserve Marines until I got to boot, until I was a drill instructor and had Reserve Marines join. And of course, I dogged them just because they were different. It gave me a reason to thrash them even more. But after serving Desert Storm, we had Reserve Marines helping us because, I mean, it was every Marine to the fight. So I didn't see any difference in, you can't tell. Couldn't tell the difference in them until I became a staff NCO. I worked at the Staff NCO Academy in Okinawa, and then at one point they sent a couple of us instructors to Missouri to teach reservists. They had to go through the academy also. We did a sergeant's course, career course, and advanced course. 2 weeks, 3 months combined into 2 weeks. So it was pretty interesting. That's when I learned a whole lot about the reservists. The only thing I didn't agree with is like tick and roll on the first day. They're like, oh, he's not here. He never goes to drill. She's not here. She never goes to drill. I'm thinking, wait, how do you just not go to drill? But the ones that did, and again, I didn't see them in any other capacity except for the sergeant's course, career course, and advanced course. And they were extremely professional. Marines kind of, haircuts were a little off. The female's hair could have been better, had some show up. And this was back before fingernail polish and stuff was authorized. So we kind of had to get them back inside the box of being a Marine. But no, I never have ever looked down on them at all. They're Marines. Jared, I did 30 years in public service, and if that's not enough, I don't know what is. Yeah, I'm telling you, Marines are Marines. Even had the Marine band flank us in Desert Storm at one point. They're Marines. All right. Lake Cookie said, finally hit below 100. Amen. Lasso, 0331. Hurrah. Love the machine gunners. Got you, Carl. Thank you, brother. They're flying. Anderson Ho. I remember the look of disgust on the D.I. Rodriguez's face when he called out the 92-day reservist split option program. Some of the reservists were faster runners than active component. Yes, the 92-day reservists. Again, as a drill instructor, I didn't know what it was, so I hated on them like everyone else and made that a reason to thrash them even more. Be able to wear the SFMF hoodie soon. That's it, Lake Cookie. In double digits. Wait till you stay in the double digits for a while. Jared said I had 100% perfect attendance. Excuse me, and took attendance or took some advanced classes while in the Marine Corps. Again, that whole UA part really blew my mind. I didn't understand how you just don't show up. But as you know, Sergeant Cece is in the reserves right now. She misses active duty. There is a difference. There's a different feel because these Marines also have a different life, have a civilian life. But when it's time to be a Marine, they're Marines. They're around. As drone instructor, did make it to company gunny or senior drone instructor? As a drone instructor, did you make it to company gunny or senior drone instructor? I was a sergeant, so I couldn't be the company gunny. I had to be a staff NCO. But I did make it as a senior drone instructor. I was a new sergeant, so I didn't have a lot of time in grade. So I knew I wouldn't make it to company gunny. Actually, I wanted to go to DI school and be a drone instructor. That's what I really want to do. But I did do a few cycles as a senior drone instructor. That was awesome. Absolutely loved it. David Bryant says I had to deal with reservists as a range coach. Scary feeling. They just don't handle their weapons as much or as often, but they still do. That's what I like too about the reservists, that they do their annual training. They still have to do the basic Marine stuff that Marines do: swim qual, rifle qual, McMap qualification. They're Marines. All right. Like a fast track course, like clipping out of your college courses. The sergeant's course, I think is 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and on active duty. But for the reservists, it's 2 weeks. So they get a lot more stuff crammed into a shorter amount of time. So they got to be good. Yeah. McMap. That's what Sergeant Cece did. She did the McMap Brown Belt instructor course, and it was condensed. So, but I think hers was still like 4 weeks, right? It was an extended drill so she can finish the Brown Belt instructor course. So all the things that are spread out over 6 weeks, they had to do in 3 weeks. So a lot more intense. So yeah, mad respect for reservists. They're right. A sergeant can never fear death. We lost the video, but not the audio. What? You lost video? Am I still here? Anyone else? Can you speak on the op tempo of doing the McMap course? Oh, yes. Sergeant Cece, can you talk about your McMap training? Jerry says, not all reservists are created equal, just like active duty. I did a few TADs, and there's plenty of unsat active duty guys also. Yes, the active duty component has the 10% also. The shitbirds, you can say it. They're in active duty too. And it's painful to watch. And as long as they continue to meet the minimum standard, you really can't get rid of them as much as you want to. But they're meeting minimum standards, just like boot camp. That kid that just barely met the minimum standards to graduate as a basic United States Marine, you got to let them graduate. So 10%, everyone has them. They're in everywhere. They're in every community, every branch of service. They're in the civilian community. Your civilian job has the 10%, and they completely destroy morale, right? And it's when you're from a community of where everyone wants to be the best, everything is a competition. You want to make yourself and your organization 1% better every single day. But you have those complacent ones that are just sitting back and letting things happen. That is frustrating, and that's hard to watch. A little professionally embarrassing at times as well. You want to surround you. That's how you get better yourself, by being around other people that are wanting to get better every day. All right. Sergeant Cece says the MAI course, of course, Martial Arts Instructor course, is 14 training days. Typically on active duty, you get weekends off, but the reserve course does 14 days straight. There you are, active duty. You get the weekends off to chill and lick your wounds and sit in a ice bath. Reservists don't get that. 14 days straight of just nothing but butt kicking. Volunteer firefighters, active duty firefighters, both firefighters. I hate haters. There you go. As long as you're doing your job and you're good at it, that's you. That's on you. Again, there's 10% in every community. 0621, I thought the coolest Marines were the EOD unit and the recon unit. Derek, yes, and they are. EOD is cool and recon is cool. EOD, some crazy people. And you know what they say? If you ever see an EOD guy running, you better follow him. Is a reservist now? Yes, for the time being, Jared. You don't remember her story? Do you see when I had her on here? Active duty, 4 years, then went reserves. And she misses active duty. If that should tell you anything, that's her though. She's like uber motivated. She'll be back. Going to school now, get her degree. She's gonna sell out and go to the dark side. Just kidding. Just kidding, officers. Because her little sister is gonna be an officer. Watch, maybe even before her. Right? That's her little sister's goal, is to have her big sister salute her and call her ma'am. Can't wait. Yes, on the reserves. I thought so. She definitely has tasted both. They both have their ups and their downs. Absolutely. Yes, I'm telling you, it's the only thing I think about. Here's what I assumed about all reservists. They're doing one of two things. They already have a great job, or they're going to school. So if you join the reserve, and back up even further than that, high schoolers, I tell all high schoolers that if you don't go active duty, at the very minimum, join the reserves for all the benefits, for one, and to serve your country. Then you can make that decision later. Just remember, we talked about it before. It's easy to go from active duty to reserve, but it's hard to go from reserve to active duty. So why not start in active duty ranks and then go over to reserves? You never know. Once you get in the system and you learn everything, you're not going to learn everything you need to know on one enlistment, but you'll have a whole lot more knowledge of what you want to do. So it's up to you. But high school students, I tell them all, if you're not committed to going full time, join the reserves. Doc Holiday says, son is in the reserves, wanted to go active duty, but did not want to lose his combat engineer MOS. That's tough on enlistment time. Again, I want to think there was a way he could have done it, Doc. He could have kept his MOS, active duty. And again, I know that time you just want to go, right? You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait, but sometimes you got to wait for the right exact time to go. Maybe he could have, I don't know the whole story, Doc, of course, but maybe he could have waited and got it on active duty. Jared said, did 10 years of college, BS in fire science, BS in health science, and an AA in business. And now you're just full of BS, Jared. Just kidding. That's awesome. 10 years of college. But you chose that, right? It took you 10 years to do it, and that's amazing. As a reservist, you can do that. Derek says, if two Marines are married and enlisted one becomes a Mustang, can they still be married? Absolutely. Nope. The Marine Corps didn't issue it to them like that. They got to get a divorce. No, absolutely they can. An enlisted can't marry an officer, but if you're both enlisted, you get married, and one goes to the dark side, becomes an officer, of course you can still be married. You would just never work in the same command. So, like nepotism. Sometimes it works, a lot of times it does not. But you can actually, yes, you could be married to an officer. Enlisted officer can be married. You just can't marry when you're those ranks. All right, now that I'm older and see the world for what it is, I really wish I would have joined the military. Shiloh, hang out. Stay with us. You're serving right now. Laycook, you need to send you one of my spare phones. I'm telling you, Lay Cookie, one's in the mail. The check's in the mail. It's coming. It's hard to go from base to division, David Bryant. Amen, brother. Or even worse, the other way around. Go from division to base. You think everyone's fired up in the division Marines, and you go to base, and not so much anymore. So either way is tough. I was an active firefighter going to college. It took a long time though, but you did it. Just find a SMCR unit. Remind me what that is. SMCR. Taya, where you at? Open and be willing to travel to another state. A couple of our reservists, Anglico, flying each month from Florida and Georgia. Doc, he's 19. He's 19 trying to go to the police force. Had to wait until it turns 21. LOL, crazy how that works. Okay to modify your body at 16, but you can join. Yes, man, I'm telling you. Crazy how some of the rules work. Can an officer be demoted to enlisted? Derek, another great question. I think they probably can, but I think they won't. They don't. If an officer is getting in trouble, they're going to, you won't see them anymore. They're going to retire, or they're going to be, their service is no longer needed. In my entire career, I saw one Marine go from officer to enlisted. He was our company gunny. Of course, we all thought he was crazy. What the hell did you do? And that was just his choice. He chose to go from officer to enlisted. And didn't we recently have someone, an Army guy just did that? An Army lieutenant gave up his commission and is going to go to Marine Corps boot camp? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I wonder where he is and how he's doing. Same thing, everyone thought he was crazy. If you do what you want to do, right? However you want to serve. Maybe in the wartime, says Jared. I believe that as well. I think now if an officer gets in trouble, he or she would just go away. We have awesome Tyrone. Tyrone says, if you appoint me as moderator, first establish new guidelines and policies to be strictly enforced, comment any violations, we're good. Yes, thank you, Tyrone. Got some hammers. The Army guy made the right choice. Yeah. Welcome all comments. Now I'm waiting for my last license. Makes me want to. My merchant license. All right. Wow, that was quick. Once again, don't forget, Marine Corps birthday ball. Oh no, here's what I want to. Yes, no. Here's that meme I want to talk about, and it dates back to. I wish I would have saved it. I looked for it later, and I can't even remember if I saw it on LinkedIn or somebody sent me a TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so it's hard to watch it when people send it to me. But it said, I'll tell you the caption after. Let me paint this picture. A woman is standing there. They're at a lake, and a little boy is like walking out onto a log. And if you see it, don't ruin it for me if you've seen that meme. And she yells at the boy, Jimmy, I told you to stay off that log. You're going to get hurt. Come back here right now. And the little boy looks back and he's like, what? Like, Mom, I'm okay. It's a log. She's like, I said, come back here. I told you not to go on that log. Come back. And he's like, oh, Mom. And then another woman, it looks like either that woman's sister or an older daughter of the little boy. And she comes in and says, and I can't repeat a lot of it because this is PG, but she's like, Jimmy, if you don't get your AWS back here right now, I'm going to come down there and slap the, you better hurry up. You got 10 seconds to get up here. Then I cut out. And the caption said, the working relationship of the CO and his senior enlisted advisor. And that was, I didn't appreciate it so much as when I saw it the first time. It was more funny than anything else. But that really says it all. That is, of course, the battalion Marines, you got to stop doing that, or if someone's going to get hurt, you're going to get in trouble. So our major's going to come and say, y'all better cut that crap out right now, I'm going to thrash you. Same message, just stated differently. And that's the relationship that, again, has worked for 249 years now. The commanding officer and the senior enlisted advisor. It needs to be in the civilian community as well. Call it whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be an officer and enlisted, but it's that commander and the advisor. Beautiful relationship if it's done correctly. If it's not, if one of them are lacking or one of them is just, again, complacent, we haven't talked about complacency in a long time, or if one is a micromanager and wants to do both jobs. Doesn't work like that. It just does not work. They have to be good cop, bad cop. I don't know what other way to put it, but besides commander and senior enlisted advisor, that's what I've grown up with my entire career. And it works. It works, it works, it works. And that meme was so awesome. I wish I could have, I did. For an hour, I was looking for it. You know, once you watch something, it's gone. Who knows where it goes? And the dumb ones you happen to see over and over and over again. All right. Man, just thought I'd share that. It was funny. It was funny, and it was the message. It said, CO and senior enlisted advisor relationship defined. Something like that was the caption behind it. All right. You had a question? One more time. At night, do DI stay awake 24 hours? I try to make it a point to convince my recruits that I never slept, ate, drank, took a leak, nothing. They wouldn't see me do any of that. But yes, of course, drill instructors sleep. Someone is on deck. I mean, well after lights are out, and you're back on deck well after lights go on in the morning. Few hours throughout the night. Drill instructors aren't required to be on deck, but as a drill instructor, again, I would get up about 2 a.m, just travel the halls in the squad base, just kind of see what's going on. But they're after you go to sleep, and they're there before you wake up. But they definitely do. I would climb in and out of the window, so the recruits would see me go in the duty hut, and they would never see me again until I came out of the duty hut a day later. Again, DI's work it out. After PT, one of the DIs hauls ass back to the house, showers, changes, gets in a fresh set of uniform, and he's standing in the squad bay when y'all are still coming in. So it's like, Jesus, that guy was just sweating his butt, and he's standing here now. And then while he's thrashing the platoon and changing them all, getting ready, the other DIs go shower and change. So it's definitely a good, same with chow. One drill instructor will fly to the chow hall, eat in the duty hut. So when you're at chow, the drill instructor, I should sit in the chow hall like this. Get your hand off your face. Shut your mouth. Stop talking to him. They would never see me eat. That was just to create that persona of these guys. Someone said earlier, the drill instructor, or the master guns was like a god. The DI is, man, he's the devil. One of my platoons told my senior drill instructor, I think he's the devil. That's exactly what we want them to think. All right. Carl Green, support your local veteran-owned business. Yes, the producer put some of them on there. Veteran-owned businesses, definitely support each other. That's what we do. Carl Green, good to go. See you, brother. Doc, evening, Doc. Drill instructors like playing peekaboo. Yeah, I used to do that too, yes. In the window from outside. I'd climb out my window, walk down the end of the squad bay, and just look in the window. You listen to them. In the field, they should sneak up to the Porta Johns and just listen to them. Wait till they say something. That drill instructor, sorry, see, I'll whoop his butt if I ever saw him. Run! Open the door. Scare the bejesus out of him. It's definitely, there is, in boot camp, definitely some theatrics to a lot of it, but it 100% is to break you down and build you up. Not just to break you down and not just to build you up how the Marine Corps wants you. It's that's why you don't say I or me in boot camp. This recruit. It's to get rid of that selfishness that, especially today, so many people are grown up with being selfish. It's an unselfishness to work for a team. That's why mass punishment. That's why the senior drill instructor takes the whole platoon out if one recruit messes up. It's to build that teamwork. Just because you're awesome and you're squared away, if the recruit next to you is jacked up, that's part of your problem too. So it's to build that whole teamwork thing. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's again, it's been working for 249 years. I think we're doing something right. Keep up the good work. Recruiters and drill instructors, they're making it happen. And the recruiters, man, I gotta hand it to the recruiters. Tough audience, right? Tough crowd that they gotta sift through. Excuse me. So, Reggie, did you ever have to give a recruit the stiff arm? 2 feet of space for their safety. Well, of course, Doc. Yes, to protect both of us. Definitely had to give that 2 arms different. Maybe sometimes at half the distance with an elbow, but yes. You have to help others to allow others to help you. Boot was the ultimate team building experience. Cold enough here now to wear my SFMF hoodie. Yes, Carl Green, absolutely. Hoodies. SFMF-merch.myshopify.com. It is getting to be the nice and cool season. Order your hoodies. Check the links in our description. SFMF-merch.myshopify.com. Get your hoodie. Get your hoodie. Anyone going to boot camp soon? How about that? Paris Island, San Diego, where you going? Anyone going soon? Randall says, I was sitting in a barber chair. The rifle range Pendleton, our company first sergeant, Gallegos sat next to me, and that's why I joined. He calmly explained he joined in 1966 and went to Vietnam. Wow. Awesome. Vietnam veterans, any old timers, you get a chance to talk to them, please talk to them, ask them questions. Derek says, I remember my drill instructor said, you're going stupid, but freaking strong. You're going stupid, but freaking strong, because we keep messing up during drills, but we won final drill. Yes, if nothing else, you're going to be strong, right? You are going, muscle memory. We're going to get a lot of muscle memory. We had a nickname for our senior drill instructor, Fly, because when we would be screwing up, he'd be a fly on the wall, and he saw everything. Yes, drill instructors have eyeballs in the back of their head. Boot camp. Black Rock, low 50s in Savannah, not far from Paris Island. Oh, it's in the cold season already. Yes, Tyrone. Got you, buddy. We're down to 53 here in OKC. Where's that? Oklahoma City? Getting any SFMF camo hoodies. Uh-oh. Camouflage hoodie. Another good one. Added to the wish list. I like that as well. Definitely got stronger in boot camp. I think we all did. I did as well. Did you ever call your senior DI daddy? You'll pay dearly. No, but the other drill instructors always would, right? Oh, yeah, you waiting for daddy to come home and take care of his little boys. Yeah, daddy's on deck. Seniors would call themselves daddy. Yep, daddy's here to save you, boys. Never did that as well. And as a senior, I thought it'd be a little more chill. By the time you made it to senior drill instructor, Greenbelts work their butt off, especially new ones. You're working lights to lights. When you're on lights, that means, again, you're there before lights come on, and you're there after lights go out. That's tough being a Greenbelt drill instructor. So I thought being a senior, I'd be able to chill, kind of going whenever I wanted, but it kind of never stops. As a senior, again, I wanted to be the best senior, so it seems like I worked even harder as the senior, but it's definitely something, being Big Daddy, right? You should talk about it in front of the other drill instructors. Just never use that to the recruits. All right. Jared, I love being tucked in at night. I would have tucked you in too, Jared, right before you went to bed. How about this one? That's cover, Carl. I like it. She got you, Carl. Boonie hat. Come on, what's the matter with you? It's called a cover. How about this? What was the question? birthday, a happy birthday, my friend t-shirt. We had them last year. It was the Sergeant Major Jiggs face for it with the birthday hat on it. Would you be interested? Is it worth the producer making a new happy birthday, my friend t-shirt? 249th birthday shirt. Would that be of interest of anyone here? Let us know. Let us know to see if you are interested in that. All right. Yes, so Wednesday night, SFMF Live, another great one. Appreciate everyone being here. Again, mad prayers, tons of prayers to the East Coast right now, North Carolina, Florida, the areas that were hit hard. Blessings to all of them. If you can send stuff, show your love, show your support. We pray that everyone makes it out okay, they recover just fine. Anything you can and are willing to do to help those guys. Appreciate everyone being here. We will be back Sunday. Check out the merch again, cold weather, stickers. I won't go over all of them again, but this is my favorite. Again, I want to try and get a big one, maybe for another birthday. I want to get a big one for the entire back window of my truck. Got a camper shell on the back. It's got to be white and black, just like that. The truck is white and black. That would look cool. But check out the merch, SFMF .myshopify at myshopify.com. Check it out. All right. Appreciate everyone. Remember, the birthday ball is coming up. Let me know where you're going or what you're going to do on the 10th. I already thought about it, 249 burpees. I think I'm going to go with burpees this time for on the birthday. I just got to kind of map it out. What time am I going to start so I can finish 249 on the 10th? Let me know what exercise you're going to do for the birthday. All right. God bless you all. We'll see you on Sunday. Be safe, be aggressive, and Semper Fi, my friend. Era.